Winter time is here and it's time for a hearty stew. So I'm gonna make a beef stew based on what I've learned from my mom and from some other people. The ingredients are simple: potatoes, garlic, green pepper or bell pepper. My spices are rosemary, chili flakes, paprika, and a dry spice. The paprika is smoked, but you can use whatever you like. Onions, a packet of soup. This is the North Tasty Hearty Beef Stew. Packet of tomato paste, cooking oil just to sear the beef a little, and then the beef. And my special ingredient is Vinduk lager. There are some other things that I left out, like Worcester sauce and obviously salt and pepper, but we'll get to that in the video anyway. So yeah, salt your beef and drop the oil in your cast iron pot or pan or any other pot that you use if you don't have cast iron, and then just drop in the beef and let it brown on all sides. Okay, the beef is almost completely ready. I just used a cheap cut of beef that they simply market as stewing beef, but goulash or any other beef that you like will work. I'm going cheap cut, so this is a pretty cheap recipe. Okay, once you get the beef out, add your onions and let that cook until it's nice and soft, and just set the beef aside for now. Also add your bell pepper or green pepper, and finally add your potatoes. Add a little salt to that and let that cook until the onions are nice and soft. I hope you turned your heat down a little. Once the onions and the bell pepper or green pepper is nice and soft, add your garlic. Sorry, there was still a piece of garlic skin in there. I'm still just a home cook, and I make mistakes, and I hope you guys make mistakes as well. None of us are perfect in this kitchen, unless you're a Michelin star chef. Okay, let the garlic cook through. And then you add your tomato paste. And then you add your tomato paste. This is about 50 grams. This is also the part where I like to add my spices. And then let that cook through, creating a nice aroma. It's already smelling like stew. Once that's done, add a half cup of water. And finally, let your meat be submerged in the stew. Yes, let it be submerged. Make sure all the pieces of meat are covered with the spice and all the other vegetables and flavors that you put in. Add some Worcestershire sauce. This is about a tablespoon. And let that all cook for about 2 to 3 minutes. And then comes the fun part. I'm not drinking this. Going straight into the stew. I use Vinduk lager because it's one of my favorite beers and it's a Namibian beer. You can use whatever beer you have. There you go. all of it. And look like it. And then once again, let that stew. Because this is what we're making, the stew. Okay, so the beer is in, and now you are gonna put a lid on it. I can't find my lid now, but I promise I will put a lid on it, and then check up on it and let it cook for about an hour, hour and a half, depending on how tough the beef is. If it's a tender cut, then maybe just a half an hour. Yeah, let it go on its own. Just make sure it's not sticking to the bottom of the pot.
So as soon as the meat is nice and tender, mix a half packet of the soup with a cup of water and then add that to the stew. And make sure to mix it through nicely and that there are no clumps or anything. Just mix it through and let it cook for another 5 to 10 minutes until the sauce or the stew itself has thickened. And then you are ready to serve. And there you have it, a nice hearty beef stew, great for the winters or any other season, with some rice or some flatbread if that's something you will like. Yeah, let me know what you think of this recipe.